All right, fantastic. So today we're going to be looking at some different ways to say personalities. Okay, so maybe we're first going to look at some of the stereotypical adjectives, and then we will kind of go into maybe some phrases, verbs, those kinds of things. All right, so after today, we should learn how to say a lot more about people. All right, so I'm just going to get my screen share here for you in just a second. Should be this one, and it's not at the top of the page, so there it is. Okay, very good. So, looks like you can see this. That's perfect. All right, so I just put up some, pretty common personal adjectives here, and they're not very interesting. They're pretty boring, they're pretty normal. So that's why I want to talk about different ways to talk about, people today. All right, so just to go over these, there's friendly, nice, shy, happy, optimistic, cheerful, sociable, easygoing, and fun. And I've just noticed that all of these are positive adjectives. There aren't any negative ones. I think that means I'm a positive person, so that's good. So yes, there are negative adjectives as well. We could say sad might be one. Maybe unhappy could be another. And unfriendly will be the opposite of friendly. Okay, so unfriendly. So there we have some pretty typical adjectives. All right, and there's tall, short, things like that as well. Actually, let me just, I'll do all of these first, okay? So today, these are kind of like verbs. These are phrases, but we start with to, okay? So we can make these into sentences is basically kind of the important part here of what we're going to do today. So to have a heart of gold, okay? That basically means it's just a really good person. Okay, they have a heart of gold. So let's say Thomas has a heart of gold. He cares about many people. Okay, so that's it. Okay, and basically what we're doing is we're taking the infinitive of this verb and we're changing it to has, so it works with Thomas which is our subject of the sentence here. Okay, so Ken, what I'm going to have you do is, could you please read, actually I'll make some spaces here. Could you please read this next one and then think of an example as well? All right, Geraldo, I'll have you do this next one.
Okay. Thomas has a heart of gold. He cares about many people. And I should I make a sentence?
Well, why don't we do this one? All right, you can
Okay.
do this one.
Okay. To be as sharp as a needle, smart, clever. Who is who is clever? Maybe people who invented the internet could be as sharp as a needle.
That works. Pretty good. Yeah, they had to be pretty intelligent in order to invent the internet, so that was very good. Okay, so this actually is kind of a play on words here. Okay, so needle, if you know what a needle is, we use this to sew. Okay, so the top or the tip of the needle is very sharp, and so you can maybe cut yourself or poke yourself. Lots of vocabulary, strange words, that I'm using with this. So you could hurt yourself basically, and so it's sharp. Okay, just like knives. Well, sharp also means that smart or clever. Okay, so I could say he's very sharp. That just means that he's attentive and pays attention and is very smart, basically. Okay, any questions here?
No, for me.
Okay, well, Geraldo, would you like to read the next example and We'll think of an example as well.
Okay. Mm, people no, to not be the brightest crayon in the box. Not very smart. Uh, okay, my example would be like she isn't the brightest crayon in the box, but at least she know how to read.
Okay.
Mhm.
In the book, but at least she knows to read. Okay, perfect. I think that's a really great example. Maybe she's not so great in other things, but at least she knows how to read. So yeah, that is pretty important. I like that example a lot. Okay. So we'll continue. All right. So Ken, what about this one? Can you read and give me an example for this example that I have?
To feel like $1 million bags, to feel great. Eh, After she won the lottery, she felt like $1 million bags.
Okay, very good. Just a second here. Sorry. I had to drink take a drink of water. I had something in my throat. All right. So, after she won the lottery,
Lottery
she
felt,
felt like, whoops.
which is common, million
Correct.
dollars, million bags. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Well, I looked online to double check, and $1 million is kind of more correct, but we say
Okay.
bucks as in,
Yeah.
you know, dollars basically.
Dollars.
So
Yeah.
here in Spain, Geraldo, I don't know if you, but euros, okay, they'll refer to as pavos, which actually means turkey. So they'll say, "Hey, you got 5 turkeys with you?" So what
Turkey
the
means
funny thing is
mhm.
yeah,
Uh,
they would say
uh,
pavos. hmm but that's the
Pavlov.
same as buck. And a buck
Okay.
is
French.
actually,
Mhm.
I think it's a baby deer. All right, so a deer. All right, so yeah, that is. It has to be. So we're referring to animals again. Do you have that in Japan as well? And Geraldo, let me know if you have anything like that in Mexico.
Deer? Yeah, there's a deer, but not like in America. I saw a lot of wild deer across the town, but Japan is more densely populated, so wild deer is only in the deep inside the mountain. Not so it's not commonly watched. I've never seen
Right.
wild deer around
Okay.
here.
Do you have any examples like this where you say instead of your dollar, your money, your currency, but do you use it in a different way, or do you say
Yeah.
it kind of in a more of a colloquial way?
Uh, yeah, maybe there are some. One is zenny. Zenny is the old word for money, cash. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounds old and a bit. It doesn't sound good actually. Yeah.
Okay. I understand. Mm-hmm. Get Geraldo, do you have anything to add?
Not teacher. I think that's something unusual, as Ken said. Here in Mexico, that's something unusual.
Okay, but in Mexico for money, do you say like cinco pavos? Like they say it here in Spain, so I don't know if it's over there either.
Yes, pavos. There are a lot of pavos here in Mexico. That's a kind of common animal here in some places, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, don't go too far, Geraldo. I'm going to have you do this next example here. So kind of move this down. And this example, okay?
Okay. To lose one's cool, have a bad temper. Okay.
Hmm.
My example is this. He loses his cool when his mother wakes him up.
Oops, when his mother wakes him up early, maybe. We'll put early on there. All right, perfect. That sounds like a good example. Ken, looks like you're doing the next one. To tear one's hair out.
Okay, to lose one's tear one's hair out, be frustrated. Due to the airplane delay, a passenger tore their hair out.
There. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, didn't take it anymore, so they were just tearing out their hair. All right, good. I think I'll do this next one. I'll give some examples here today too. All right, to look like $1 million. We would say dollars in this case just because bucks is more informal, but at the same time, to look like $1 million, you look amazing. Okay, so it can be for women or men, and so we can say basically, you look beautiful, you look handsome. But this is even more. Okay, so this is the hair's done, the shoes are polished, everything is just perfect. Okay, so celebrities, well, look like $1 million on the red carpet. Okay, so that's something that we could say. Celebrities look like $1 million on the red carpet. They spend a lot of money, but they look amazing. Okay, so this $1 million here does not refer to that they spent a lot of money on their outfit, so I would like to mention that. But it just looks like, they've thought of every detail and just look perfect. Okay. Great. Well, let's take a look at this next one. And was it Geraldo? I think it's your turn. All right. So what do you think? To be a pain in the neck.
Okay. To be a pain in the neck, annoying. I don't know. My brother is a pain in the neck.
That's it. A pain in the neck. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's annoying all the time. Perfect. All right, Ken, what about this last one? To be a smarty pants. You know everything, it says.
Okay. Computer geeks are smart pants about computer.
And I'll make this bigger here.
Smarty pants. Yes.
Smarty pants. Okay, hold on. I'm not sure why this is so small. I didn't do anything.
About computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so this know-it-all we'll actually see a little bit later. So these instead of phrases, all right, we're talking about just specific words, basically. Okay, so a busybody, for example, is someone who constantly wants to know about the details of other people's lives. I also think of, well, this is me in both the mental and physical. I have to be busy all the time. If I'm not busy, I'm bored, I'm unhappy, and so I would consider myself a busybody. However, in the more literal way of I need to be moving and doing things all the time. Okay, so busybody, I'm a busybody. I like to know everything about what's going on. So I fit this word perfectly, I think. Okay. Ken, why don't you read this one? Cheapskate is how you pronounce that. Cheapskate.
Okay, cheapskate. A cheapskate is a person who hates to spend much money and spends little money even in cases where spending is needed. Another way to describe a person like this is stingy.
Okay, good. So cheapskate, like it says, someone who likes to spend money All right, so for example, maybe they buy this very expensive car, okay? But then it's someone's birthday and they give you a $10 gift, okay? And so cheapskate's kind of a funny thing. You can joke around with this word. However, stingy then becomes quite negative. You say, hey, don't meet up with this person. He's quite stingy, and maybe you will even have to pay for their food if you go to a restaurant or something like that. Okay, so stingy is now negative, but cheapskate is you're more than welcome to call someone a cheapskate in their face and kind of laugh it off at the same time. Okay, any questions with the first two?
So stingy is very negative, but a cheapskate are a bit funny expression.
Exactly.
I see. Okay.
All right, good. So we'll go ahead and move down here a little bit. Geraldo, can you read couch potato, please?
Okay. Couch potato. A couch potato is a lazy person who spends a lot of time sitting down or lying down, watching TV, playing video games, or doing some other activity that doesn't involve physical activity.
So couch potato, all you can think, I can imagine just a potato sitting on a couch, okay? So it doesn't do anything. A potato isn't alive. All right, so it's not moving, it's not doing anything. Sometimes Saturdays are a great time to be a couch potato. Okay. And Ken, can you read down to earth?
Okay. A person who is down to earth is practical, sensible, and realistic. Being down to earth is the opposite of being a dreamer, visionary, or having your head in the clouds.
Okay, good. So someone who's down to earth, I'd like to say that I'm down to earth as well. Pretty practical, sensible, very realistic about things. And I don't often have my head in the clouds. I'm pretty focused on what I'm doing, so. Any questions here with these two?
So down to earth is a positive expression.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll add down to earth, someone who's easy to talk to. Okay. It's very easy to have a conversation with this type of person.
I see. Also, they are very practical.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Very good. Ken always has some good questions for me. All right, so Ken, is it your turn to read this one? Behind the Times?
I forgot. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Geraldo, did you read?
Yeah, I can't even remember. You read down to earth.
Sure, if you want, of course.
Me? Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, what?
Yeah, your turn or my turn? I forgot. Sorry.
So I read.
You read.
Yeah, you can read that.
Okay. Sorry. Behind the time, describing someone as behind the time means the person is old-fashioned and has not used to certain modern ways. A more negative word to describe a person who is stuck in the past.
Yep, so there's kind of two different things here. How is my sound? Is it okay now, or is it still not great? Okay, well, I just saw the comment. Okay. All right, so behind the times is, like I said, someone who's old-fashioned. They're not used to, modern things necessarily. And then when you say someone is stuck in the past, for example, I think everyone knows someone who kind of is stuck in the 80s. They have huge hair, they wear leather jackets and the way they dress and things like that. So that's stuck in the past, and that's the negative side of that. Behind the times is kind of like me, for example. I don't have a tablet. I feel like I'm behind the times because I don't have a tablet. I'm not stuck in the past, but I'm a little bit, behind in that way. Okay, so do you understand those two different meanings?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. So I'll read a go-getter as it's pretty short here. So a go-getter is a person who's very active, energetic, and has the initiative to do with the things that they want. So this is a very determined person, all right? A go-getter is they go and get whatever they want, basically. Okay, so that's, I suppose, is me too. I'm a go-getter. I live in Spain, which was my dream, so I was a go-getter when I was younger. All right, so Geraldo, why don't you go ahead and read Goody, a goody goody or goody two shoes?
Okay. Goody goody, goody two shoes. A goody goody or goody two shoes is a person who always acts good, sweet, or nice and follows the rules perfectly. They never do anything bad or rebellious. These words are not compliments. Huh.
Yes. So, does anyone know a person like this?
No.
You don't. Okay. Ken, do you know anyone?
It's a perfect person, right? A
I'm
good,
sorry?
sweet. It's a perfect uh, the perfect person. This means good,
Um,
sweet, nice, follow the rules perfectly.
but it's not
No?
necessarily a compliment. I mean,
Okay.
for example, when I was younger, my brothers would always say, "You're giddy giddy," and you kind of have that little intonation in your voice because they did something bad, and I'd go tell my parents right away, and so I was kind of like a good child, but almost too good. Okay, so there's a little bit of an extreme situation here.
I see. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
when I was especially some kids is like that. So yeah, I knew some of them, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know now because after they grew up, maybe they became more down to us, probably. So
Well, there you go, and that's
yeah,
exactly what happened to me. So, and good use of vocabulary there, Ken. Um, so Ken, you just read goody goody? No.
I know I'm a rebel. So I was a rebel, maybe not now, but when I was a teenager person.
Okay. I think everyone is to an extent when they're young. All right. So Ken, can you read it? Know-it-all? I think it was Geraldo that read the last one. So.
Okay. Know it all, smart, Alec, wise guy. A know-it-all is a person who thinks they know everything and that their opinions and ideas are the best. The idioms smart aleck and wise guy are similar, but have more of a connotation of a person who demonstrates their cleverness in an arrogant or sarcastic way. Hmm.
Yeah, so this one isn't very, very positive either. All right, and we did see something earlier. Let me just get back to, there it is. Yep, the last one. So to be a smarty pants is kind of the way that we can play with this, just like cheapskate and stingy. Okay, so to be a smarty pants is fine. However, where am I? Two shoes. There we go. To be a know-it-all isn't really that great. This kind of means that, all the time or like every day you're correcting people, you're telling them historical facts, and it's kind of like, okay, yep, I know you're smart, I know you know a lot of stuff, but you don't have to tell us every single day, okay? So that's what a know-it-all is. And then a smart aleck, I'm not even sure why, because Alec is a name in the United States, okay? It's similar to Alex with an X, but we say Alec. So that's interesting. And wise guy, all right, so guy is a different name for men, all right, a little bit more informal. And wise, if you know, wise means smart, or intelligent, all right? So we're kind of playing with these different things. Know-it-all is to know everything, okay? I know it all. Smart, we're using smart here, and then wise in this part to kind of refer to that someone's a little bit too smart. Okay? So any questions here?
Maybe guys nowadays is used for women's too. Guy.
Well, in the United States, we're told as waitresses, at least I was a waitress, that you shouldn't walk up to a table and just automatically say, "Hey guys, how's it going?" But it happens, and I think this is because of years and years of, what's that called? Chauvinism. It's when men think they're more superior than women. All right, and so I think it kind of comes from that, just because, I mean, that happens here too. I mean, here in Spanish, Ken, I don't know if you know this, but here in in Spanish, if you have a group of girls, you'll end the words with an as, probably because it's plural. However, if there's one boy, then you have to refer to them as, the masculine version of that. So it's the os probably, or depending on the word. But it's just because there's one man, and so that one man changes what words you use to call the group of people, whatever you want to call them. So I think this goes back, many, many years, and that's why we say guy for girls and boys.
So still, maybe guy should not be used for women.
Correct. That's one of the things I was told, and they said, "Well, don't use guys when you walk up to a table." And I said, "Oh, you're right. Like I kind of do that all the time. You don't even think, hey guys, what's going on?" Or even today in class, I said it, and I was like, "That sounds weird. I haven't said that in a really long time." So, it's just something that we say. It's just something that we've grown up saying, and so. But I definitely think it's because of the chauvinistic time.
Maybe sounds like as a group, maybe it's okay to say, guys, hey guys, let's start the lesson or something. But for the individual, maybe saying guy is a bit offensive. No?
Right. I mean, you would call people in a group guy. You wouldn't say, "Hey guy, get over here," if you're talking to a girl. So there's always going to be a mixture of men and women together, or girls and boys together.
I
Okay?
see.
Mm-hmm. Good. Any other
Okay.
questions?
No,
No?
thank you.
Okay. All right, wonderful. So we'll move down a little bit here. I'll read this one as it's a little bit shorter. Okay, so a man of his word or a woman of her word. This is a person you can trust because they always tell the truth and keep promises. So if I say I will have a class on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, I'm going to. Okay, so I'm a woman of her word. Does that make sense? Do you believe me? Do you trust me? Okay. Thomas is a man of his word too. He will tell us something and he'll follow through with that. Okay. Oh, looks like Elle just joined, and I just came into this part, so that's great. So hi, Elle. Nice to see you today.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you have class today. Sorry, I'm late a little bit. Hi, everyone.
That's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, well, I said last time, I have a wedding this weekend, so I can't do any classes this weekend. And then the next weekend, I'm also busy. So that's why I'm doing the next 2 Thursdays. I'm doing Tuesday, Thursday this week, and Tuesday, Thursday next week.
Oh, okay. Tuesday
But
and
then
Thursday
I
next
think
week.
I'm back. And then I think let me just check the schedule. And then it's Tuesday and Saturday. And then after Saturday, the 10th of September, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the classes. If we're just going to wait until November, or if Thomas has some other bright idea up his sleeve. So, all right. So, good. So, Elsa, we're talking about people and their personalities here. And so we've kind of just been reading, and actually, I just read this one. Okay, man of his word, a woman of her word. And they keep promises, they tell the truth. So as long as you just joined us, Elle, why don't you read the last two, because those are the last two that we have
Okay.
here.
Sorry.
Oh
Okay.
no, it's not. I lied. There's more. Sorry. So go ahead, read the first one. Okay, just this one.
Okay. Okay. Set in her ways. A person who is set in his or her ways is stubborn and committed to their current ways of doing things. They aren't open to changing, even if the change would be an improvement. Worrywart.
Mm-hmm.
A worrywart is a person who worries constantly and excessively.
All right, very good. So if we go back to the first one, set in his or her ways. All right, so basically, like it was saying, someone who's stubborn, okay? Someone who will not change their opinion about something, okay?
I think
Any,
can I ask
mhm,
you something? The
absolutely.
stubborn, you know, I know someone who is stubborn, but it is negative or just I just
Depends.
it depends, right?
Well, it depends on the situation, who you're talking about, what the situation is, and things like that. Stubborn. I can be very stubborn sometimes and just say, no, I think this is the correct way to do something, and I'm not going to do it a different way because I don't think that's the best, most effective way here. So I'm stubborn in those kinds of senses, but probably 90% of the time that someone says someone is stubborn, it's probably negative. I don't think it's very positive to say that I'm stubborn, but I'm also a realist, and so I can understand um, that maybe
Yes,
it is.
but
Mhm.
sometimes stubborn person is good to doing something because he just he set his mind what he's going to do and he not hesitate to go the another way. And
Exactly.
sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's bad, right?
I would say the majority of the time it's bad, Al. But like you said, being stubborn also means you kind of put your foot down and you say, no, this is what I believe, okay? So maybe this could be with religion, maybe this could be with politics, all the things that you're not supposed to talk about online.
Yeah.
Very stubborn in your own opinion about something. And so, yeah, I think, like you said, it does depend on the situation, okay?
Yes, but because of my husband, he's very stubborn, and I didn't mean in negative way.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I just curious. Oh, maybe I say something bad about my husband to to but I
Well,
didn't mean to.
you can also specify and say he's being very
Oh,
stubborn about this topic,
uh-huh.
maybe. Okay, so if you
Okay,
specify the area of the stubbornness, that might help things.
okay. Thank you.
Not a problem. You can just refer that he is set in his ways and he won't change his mind. All right, to use a different word than stubborn if you don't really like that word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is
Mhm.
sounds better.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
he
Good.
already set
He
his
means
mind.
good. Yep. Perfect.
Yeah,
All right, so
thanks.
you also read worrywart, okay? So it's someone who's always worrying, okay? So worries constantly and excessively. This is also probably negative, but because they're always probably saying things like, I need to go do this. Oh, I have to go do this. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I'm in a hurry. And so worrywarts aren't really enjoyable people to be around because they're always probably complaining about something, or oh, this didn't turn out how I wanted it to. Oh, I'm not happy. So um, I shouldn't say I'm not a worrywart. I used to be, not anymore. And actually, life is a lot more relaxed these days because of that. So next year, I think we'll move on just want to make sure we get done with all of these. So Ken, we'll start back with you because I never remember the order. I know Elle you just read, but that's fine. So Ken, why don't you go ahead and read social butterfly?
Okay. A social butterfly is an extroverted person who loves to socialize. Like a butterfly goes quickly from flower to flower. A social butterfly often goes around a room having conversation with many people.
Absolutely. And so basically, a social butterfly is exactly what they're explaining here. Butterfly goes from one flower to another, to another, to another. And so that's what you're doing. You're very talkative. You enjoy, being around people. Okay. This is really common. That's commonly used in the United States as well. So if you do hear it, that's what it means. All right. So Elle, we'll go back to you because the boys did read quite a bit before you got here. So Elle, why don't you go ahead and read Stickler for the Rules.
Okay, stickler for the rules. Someone who is a stickler for something is a person who strongly insists on that qualities or behavior or wants to expect other people to maintain the same standard. People are usually sticklers from some rules of correctness, such as neatness, cleanliness, punctuality, correct grammar, tradition, accuracy, etc.
Mm.
etc.
There you go, etc. Perfect. All right, so good job with that. So a stickler, okay, so this person could be also described as stubborn, okay, in a certain way. So stickler, I'm a stickler about grammar. It has to be perfect, okay. I'm a stickler for time, I think. Well, I shouldn't say that anymore. I think I'm getting used to Spain a little bit too much and becoming not late, but pretty much right on time. So I'm a stickler for something. You just mean, you just believe in something so much. Okay? Any questions with stickler for the rules? All right, I'm going to move down then. Geraldo, why don't you go ahead and read the next one?
Okay. Wet blanket, party pooper, spoil sport, killjoy, seeking the mood. These idioms describe a person who discourages fun or enjoyment for other people, or who prevents other people from having fun through their actions or their negative attitudes.
Very good. So, these are pretty colloquial, pretty informal here. I would say wet blanket or killjoy are probably the most appropriate. Spoil sport, I would never say, and then a party pooper is just a little bit super colloquial here. So, basically, someone who rains on everyone's parade. So let me just write there. Someone who rains on parades. All right. So if you don't know what a parade is, it's when people have a celebration and there's lots of people in the streets, okay? When it rains on people's parades, the parades disappear. Well, when it rains, in general, the parades stop because no one likes to get wet. And so that's what they're saying here is you kind of cut short, the fun part of whatever the activity is. Okay. Any questions with this one? It's a little bit strange, but if you do have questions, just let me know. Any questions? Yeah, Geraldo, did you want to say something?
I'm not teacher. I don't have any question. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Good. All right, well, I think this might be the last one. So that is the last one. All right, so what I'll do is we'll go back up to the top for L. We, looked at some different phrases that are common in English, all right, to have a heart of gold, sharp as a needle, to be the brightest crayon in the box. Okay, so we looked at kind of some different ways, and just before this, there are just some typical adjectives that are very simple to describe someone. Okay, so basically what we're doing, instead of saying Thomas is a very good person, we'll say Thomas has a heart of gold, and it gives it more like more caring. It's more, I don't know, a little bit more close to your heart when you say things like that. Just very nice. In Spanish, they use a lot of idioms like this, and it's sometimes amazing, and sometimes I understand the meaning, other times I don't, and also other times they're the same. All right, so I'll move this down for you in case you'd like to read some other examples that we had. Okay. But as far as that goes, that is it for my class. So are there any questions, anything that you'd like to look at again, or anything like that?
With last words, could you show us the example sentence?
The example sentences of which ones?
That a wet blanket or puppy poop or that these words.
This one?
Yes. Sport or
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with wet blanket, but I'm not familiar with other words.
Well, the second one's super common, at least in Wisconsin, and it's probably not the best. I was debating, do I write this on here? But, we say it and we use it, so I
So
figured that would
how do you say it? So in the
be
sentence?
party pooper. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these words. Or a sport killjar stick in the mud.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Mm-hmm. All right, any other questions? I'll move this up for Ella. Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how do you maybe could you show the sentence using this these words?
Oh, yeah, we would just use it with the verb to be. Like he's being a wet blanket. He's a party pooper. He's a spoil sport. So it's to be and then these.
Okay, he's a killjoy and
He's a stick in the mud. Mm-hmm.
okay, it's simple. Okay, thank you.
So technically all of these things are adjectives, even though all of these are nouns. Well, I suppose wet is an adjective. But yep, they're all kind of used as an adjective in this case.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'll move this back up for Elle so she can see other things. And you should be able to, oops, I think I'll move it up just a tiny bit there. You should be able to watch this again, Elle, as well. So if you do want to rewatch the beginning of this, I was going to call it a show. This TV, computer, class, whatever you want to call it. So do you have any questions, Elle, with things that you've seen?
So far so good.
All right, good. I like to hear that. And then there's a couple more there. Okay. Well, friends, I think that's it for now. Elle, and just so you know, there are more of these at the beginning. Okay, so make sure you check that out. For right now, I am going to take off the screen share, and so I can say a nice goodbye, and not just say goodbye and have you look at the screen. So there we go. Okay, perfect. Great. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Did you hear that? I hope you guys. It's just happening. So I hope you all enjoyed the class today. And on Tuesday, let's see, Tuesday the 30th, we're talking about stop stressing. So we'll talk about things about how to kind of relax yourself. If you're in a stressful situation, maybe you're just stressed in life in general. And so we'll kind of look at different ways to not be stressed. All right? All right, sounds like a plan. Perfect. Well, have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're very welcome.